Hi everyone, my name is Donfil Huan, and this is Complex Made Easy with Dezan Shira Associates.
This is Complex Made Easy with Dezan Shira Associates in partnership with Laytons ETL.
For full-time employees, it is a must to sign employment contracts in writing with every one of them. For part-time employees, an oral agreement will be sufficient. In China, full-time work is the major work scheme, so in most cases, employers must sign employment contracts in writing with employees. It is important to note that the employment contract should be signed no later than 1 month after the starting work date. If an employer in China does not sign an employment contract with an employee on time, then from the second month following the starting work date, the employer shall pay the employee double wages each month until the employment contract is signed, but no more than 11 months continuously. Moreover, the law stipulates that if an employer does not sign an employment contract with an employee for 1 year following the starting work date, it will be regarded as a non-fixed term employment contract is concluded on the date of such first anniversary. When talking about a contract in writing or written form, please note that the Chinese laws acknowledge contracts in electronic form under certain conditions.
As employers, we have to ensure that every employee has signed, or been given at least, a contract of employment right from the start of their employment. So from day one, every employee should be asked to sign their contract and should have already received it. Good practice would be for the contract to be provided at least a couple of weeks before they start employment, and in fact if an employee hasn't started employment with a signed contract, that would seem to me to be already an alarm set off some alarm bells which an employer should be aware of. If a contract hasn't been signed or provided to the employee, then that should be remedied as soon as possible. It should not be something that is left in abeyance, not least because the contractual provisions relating, for example, to restricted covenants may not be enforceable. Also, it is a breach of Section 1, so there is a penalty of 2 to 4 weeks pay which an employer can be fined in circumstances where an employment tribunal claim is brought. In the alternative, an employee can apply to the employment tribunal to ask for their terms and conditions to be explained or set out to them by the employer. So there are remedies that the employee has and that the employer would wish to avoid having to face, because obviously it's not necessary. It is in any event in the employer's best interest to actually have a contract of employment signed and on file so that all the contractual terms are very clear.
If you want to learn more about employment contracts in China and the UK, reach us at uk.ireland@dezshira.com. The UK and Ireland desk at Dezan Shira Associates assists British businesses with market entry, legal, finance and HR in Asia. To stay up to date with the latest investment news into Asia, visit and subscribe to asiabriefing.com.